Hey there, ladies, gents, and everybody in between. This is your pal Wolfie coming at you with a movie review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Okay, first of all, this movie is fucking incredible. This movie was everything. I had only seen one trailer because I didn't want to be like spoiled on anything, because you know how these trailers, they always spoil things that you don't want. And so with only going in with seeing one of the trailers, and also only having seen WandaVision as far as the Marvel shows, nothing prepared me for this movie. Nothing at all prepared me for this movie. Sam Raimi understood the assignment and he took it to the max. This has to be my favorite movie from him so far now. And I mean, I would have to say that Spider-Man 2 was the one before that. This one knocked right out of the park. Right out of the park. I can't believe he managed to do all of this. Like, when I tell you that the effects in this movie, this has to be the best effects I've seen in any superhero film ever. Like, they took this to the next level. It was insane with the first Doctor Strange movie, but with this one, I literally mind blown the whole freaking time. The performances, whew, the freaking performances. Everybody came and delivered their A game with this movie. There's not a single dull moment in the whole film. Everybody did exactly what needed to be done, and they elevated every character that was in here. One of my biggest takeaways from this film was that they actually use their female characters this time, and I was so ecstatic about that. I'm gonna do my best not to spoil anything, but there are a lot of female characters that we've had over the years in movies that tend to have extremely minimal like impact, and that's always been my biggest problem with a lot of Marvel films. It's just that I sit there like, well, what was the point of even having her in the movie, because you guys barely used her. This movie rectifies that tenfold, and I am so ecstatic about it. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why it gets bumped up in my favorites list right now, because finally we had that, and oh my god, I already want to go back and watch this movie again. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The soundtrack was phenomenal. Danny Elfman, I knew it was his style the minute I heard like the first bit of the score. When the minute the movie kicked off, I'm like, immediately recognized it was him, and he kept the flow perfect through this entire movie. Every piece of music perfectly went with every single scene that was laid out. And when I tell you that Elizabeth Olsen has to be the queen of Marvel right now, because she killed this. She killed this freaking, oh my god. I don't know how to describe it other than, oh my god. She killed it. Absolutely. This is her best performance, bar none, in all of Marvel. Her best freaking performance. She did a phenomenal job in WandaVision, but this took the cake completely. She stole the whole film. The film says Doctor Strange, but it should say fucking Wanda or Scarlet Witch. I don't give a damn. Pick your battle, but go with her. America Chavez, I am so happy to finally see her on screen. She did such an amazing job. Like, the way that they told her story, the way that they give you a little peek into her backstory, the way that they do her powers, I was floored. It was the representation I needed to see with this character, because I've been waiting a long time to see a character like her on screen, and I'm a huge fan of America Chavez. So oh god, they did it. They really did it with her. I freaking loved it. There's so much that I want to say. But I can't. I'm trying my hardest to not spoil anything, because I went in pretty much blind. It made this movie even more like pulling for me. So when I tell you, I was literally on the edge of my seat, screaming in the theater, cheering, like losing my mind in that freaking theater. Me along with a bunch of other people. It was insane. It was the perfect experience. You have to see this movie in IMAX. Have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is an IMAX specific film. You have to. Like, it'll be unacceptable if you do not, because you won't be getting the full experience. Like, I can't begin to tell you. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love this movie. It is too good. Too goddamn good. I've been sitting here trying to rack my brain, trying to find a single flaw, and for me, there are none. There are absolutely no flaws for this movie. I want to go see it again, and I'm probably going to go see it 2 more times after this, if not 3, because I just can't. I loved it. I loved it so much. So, like, it's keeping it short, keeping it sweet, no spoilers. Go see this goddamn movie. It is the fucking highlight of the year so far for me personally. Highlight of the year. I'm not gonna lie to you, when I try to think of what score to give it, I give it a 10 out of 10. And it's not often that I give Marvel films 10s out of 10s. It's very rare few. I think the only other one was my boy Thor up there, Ragnarok. That I gave it a 10 out of 10. I love that movie too. But this movie was fantastic. Absolutely fucking fantastic. And I think everybody, especially if you're a Marvel fan, you have to go see this movie. You have to go see this movie. It was made for us. Like the video if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Let me hear what you thought of the movie if you've gone and seen it yourself. And the next one, Thor Love and Thunder. Ooh, I cannot wait for that movie. You guys enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a blast with this movie the same way I did. And till the next time.